Oh, baby, baby. Bring it in and soft for my boys at the end there. They're a little tired. It's a long day.
Yeah.
Joseph, you're going to be the energy. It's going to be you, me on this podcast.
You're damn right.
Poor Pat Lynch and Chris are done so.
I had my caffeine. I'm ready.
Did you have
pumpkin
spice?
Of course,
dude.
baby.
Man.
Of course.
Yesterday morning, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us here on a beautiful Saturday night. I got Chris McGraw on the ones and the twos.
Shit.
Uh-oh.
I forgot to do the tickle bitties. Damn it.
Oh, yeah. We got a lot of stuff
it.
today. Well, we can get on it. You got a little time over there. We were a little tired anyways. We got Pat Lynch here, looking good as always. Joe Keneally, the man, the myth, the legend. I am your host, Peter McGraw. We got some happy dads. We'll get into that in a second. But yesterday.
None of us are fathers.
Nope.
For the record.
Ooh, pineapple. I would love to try pineapple. Yesterday morning, it's been, as an accountant, it's a rough week. So every morning you wake up, you're a little crabby. And yesterday was no exception to it, especially since my golf game sucked something awful.
Oh, yeah.
And I got in the long-winded story I got to the doctor's office yesterday, and I had that. Chris was nice enough to get that pumpkin spice.
Yes.
All cares and worries right out the door, brother. That's why I was like, man, this is honestly the elixir of the gods.
Oh, happy day, baby.
All right. First sip of Happy Dad. I don't know if I overly agree with these dudes. They're a bunch of frat guys, but
Hey, brah, you don't agree with the bros?
the bros, not really.
Come on, brah.
No, the one guy's on my Snapchat all the time drinking them, so I figured. And he drinks like multiple days in a row. I'm like, well, maybe this has got something in here that makes it a little easier for him to get up the next day.
Yeah, brah, you got to be able. You got to be able to handle it.
Well, I could go to Snapchat and see if I can find him. I actually don't subscribe to him on Snapchat. I think his name is Alex Holm. Holm, HOL something. He's a little bit of a bigger dude.
You want to try this one? This is the wild cherry.
I would love to try the wild cherry. Let's see.
Let me try yours. I have an initial thought on the taste, and I'm curious if it has to do with the way they flavor them. Okay. What do you got, Pat?
Lemon lime.
What'd you think?
You want some wild cherry? Wild cherry? Have a little bit of that wild cherry.
Let me try a little lemon lime, Patrick.
Oh, I don't like that at all. Oh, that wild cherry's not good.
What do you think the calories are in this?
Check the box. It says 100.
It says 100 on the can.
No, I apologize. What do you think makes up? Because I look at the sugar content's only 1 gram. What makes up the what do you think? Maybe it's the vodka, I guess then.
Water.
It's the
all right, Chris, go to bed.
It's a potassium citrate for sure.
I have no clue.
Ingredients are carbonated water, alcohol, natural flavor, cane sugar, citric acid, sodium citrate, and tripotassium citrate. It's got to be the tripotassium citrate, right?
I agree.
It's probably a malt, right? Because it doesn't seem like it's got vodka in it.
Oh, that's a good thought. I wonder if they specify that.
It should say on the box.
Yeah.
1 gram of sugar, 100 gluten free. Would gluten
I wonder if
make it? Can a malt be gluten free?
It's got. It literally says on the can alcohol.
I think.
Well, that's a riveting podcast.
It is. I'm going to assume it's the sodium content that's pushing you up toward 100.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Sorry.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we're all looking good these days.
It's all right. It's
you know what the great? You know.
No, this is nothing to write home about.
You know what the great thing about Coors Light is? It says 102 calories, 5 carbs, no fat, less than 1 gram of protein. It doesn't get into the bullshit of what's in it. It lets you just know that you're going to drink 102 calories.
That's fair. I mean, it is.
Let's see this beer.
It's got beer and some
beer.
Some beer.
You know what you're getting into.
Bear.
Okay, of the 3, I do think I like the pineapple the best, though.
I think the lemon or the lime one so far
Which are a
is
little
my
bit
favorite.
better. And there's 4 flavors or 3 flavors?
4.
It looks like 4.
The other one's watermelon.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll try the watermelon 10. Pineapple for me.
They're very weak. That's the thing.
Maybe they're more water. It's 5%. What's a Coors Light? 4.9, right?
5%ish roughly.
Yeah, probably about the same thing.
We should know this off the top of our heads.
I think it's like 4.2.
Oh, so there's even more alcohol by volume.
Correct.
Yep.
All right. Well, we had to give it a shot.
Yep.
I guess we really did.
Listen,
we could just continue.
Life is all about trying things.
How much do these set you back out of curiosity?
I maybe
$12, $13 at the most.
Yeah.
So
that's not
so
bad.
it's like a thing. It's not unreasonable.
No, and I think
That's before the $9 of tax.
I mean, but if you went to 7-Eleven, it probably cost you $30.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Don't get me and Joe on that one.
My heart just skipped a beat there for a second, Chris.
7-Eleven is worse than the bars at this point.
Absolutely.
Convenience tax, man.
Yeah, very true. And especially that late at night, I'm sure they jack him up.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna if they have the ability to surcharge it at that
It's
point.
it's dynamic pricing.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Yeah, but this, I was thinking maybe it would be a little bit. Now, the reason high noons are so much better for you, or the people are more expensive. It's actually like I think it's actual vodka, not like this
Yeah, it's not a malt.
malt bullshit.
Yeah. I found out 2 weeks ago that. Oh no, maybe it's not that one. White Claw also has like is it tequila, Chris?
Oh yeah, tequila sounds.
They have a vodka one
All of
too
them
now.
do.
They have a
They-
vodka
Yeah,
one too.
I think High Noon has tequila. White Claw has tequila. They all have.
I
like,
didn't
a
know there
tequila
was
version.
a tequila version.
Yeah,
I found that out.
nobody wants that.
Yeah.
It's
Can't
not good
imagine.
for you. But and whatever. I mean, the one time we had it, it was honestly god awful because it's not good tequila, and then it's seltzer water.
Yeah, I don't like tequila in general, so you're just mixing it with other shit that I'm not super crazy about.
What's your feelings on tequila and Coke?
Only when it's a double tequila.
Yeah, yeah, you beat me to it.
I don't know that he was drinking that last week. I think
I don't think he was.
I think he had like just regular like rum and Coke.
Maybe.
Maybe they didn't
Yeah.
have. Maybe the bartender refused to do it.
I didn't see anybody wince when he went up to order. So I don't think he was doing it.
Interesting.
Or question their hearing.
Yeah.
Did you guys go out late last night?
To Land Bliss,
I'm
baby.
sorry,
To
man.
Land Bliss.
Yeah.
Last
Chris, you scared the shit out of me. I was like, do I just not remember Latin Bliss? Like, was I that fucked up? Yeah, we stayed out till like 5 a.m.
Oh, baby.
I think it was like 5 a.m. I was getting into bed, and I was like, you fucking idiot. Like, as soon as I saw the clock, and it was like that moment where it just went, and you're like, oh, I have made terrible decisions.
terrible
I mean, I had a liquid IV. I had ibuprofen ready. I was really good about the water. I was fine during the following day. I went on a beautiful walk with the dog, like walking around for an hour. Did some like chore stuff, fixed some stuff around the house, and I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, 5 o'clock, my body's like, haha, motherfucker, and then just shut. Like, I was nauseous. I was dizzy.
Yep.
I was like, where is this coming from? I was active
All day.
all day. Like, not to an like athletic degree or anything,
Did you
but
eat
like
at 5 or anything?
I did. And
That's
I
it?
guess,
That
I guess
had to
as
be it.
soon as that happened,
I
or
don't-
like after that happened, like an hour later, it was like, yeah.
For
And
whatever
I
reason,
don't
when
know.
when your body starts to have to like process stuff, when you're hungover, it's game over. Like
Yeah.
you might as well shut it down and go to bed.
I mean, that's what I ended up doing. I like 6 o'clock came about. I took like a 2-hour nap, woke up around 8, and then went back to bed at 10.
Oh jeez.
And
Yeah.
then I couldn't fall asleep.
That's the
So I was
worst.
laying
Oh,
in bed, and I was
no.
like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, it was a miserable day. Thank God Monday
Was an off day.
wasn't off.
What
Day.
did you do on Monday?
I don't remember off the top. of
Not
my
a
head.
whole lot, huh?
No, nothing special. I don't know anyone that does any. Well, I feel like people I work with do stuff on Labor Day, but I don't
Yeah.
know a lot of
It's a nice
people
day
that,
to just relax.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we had to work, but me and Chris started the carnivore diet on Monday, so this week has been an absolute struggle bus.
Oh yeah.
But by Thursday you feel it's just insane. Once you really start to kick out the insane amount of sugar out of your life.
It's also like getting balanced off of it too. Like it's in your system, your body's looking for it, and eventually it stops doing that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a
Something like
reset.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, and sleep is 10 times better. I was telling Chris, like I'm starving at like 5 o'clock, literally ready to just eat anything. But the getting up in the morning is insanely better. You just sleep so much better nowadays, especially when you get all that. Because it's my fault. When I get off the wagon, It's candy.
Oh
it's
yeah.
chips. It's,
Same.
You're just eating garbage.
Yup.
Pierre falls off the wagon quite generously all the time.
Same.
Would you like to explain?
Because he
Same.
wants to make me feel better, so he falls off the wagon. So then I can start eating chips and everything. He's a great guy like that.
No, I wish, dude. I wish it was that. I really wish I had any type of self-control when it came to eating.
Oh, I know.
We talked about it today. We were walking back from Dunkin' Donut, and this is a good question. If let's say you had like, okay, not like you're gonna die tomorrow, but let's say you had a reasonable time frame of like 10 years, and Pat was like, oh, I would be doing a lot of different things, and for me, I would go to eating anything I wanted and not even worry about it.
Yeah. I'm not.
Yeah, that's kind of fair.
I'm not looking to complete any feats of athleticism.
Oh no, I'm eating pizza.
I mean, if you're telling me, if you're telling me, I know that I have like in next 10, I have like 10 years and that's done. I probably would stop working until like I'd be like, weekends out the door.
Yeah,
I would continue to work to build a nice honeypot for like family members and stuff. But I wouldn't. There would be no more of these 80-hour weeks for fucking 2 months.
No, bye-bye.
And there would be. I wouldn't give a crap. I would still work out because I actually do enjoy running and working out. But I would eat whatever the hell I wanted.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give a shit.
I'd punch Pat Lynch right in the face too.
Get him right in the pow and then kiss him.
Comes over every morning. Knock, knock, knock. Whack. All right.
Off to a good day.
Yeah.
I'll see you tomorrow, Pat.
Yeah.
You learn how to answer the door at some point.
You think you would? Every day
You
he's
just
up
start
there.
sneaking in your window. Like,
It gets so convoluted. It's like you in my. It's like you on me in the dating apps where you just keep catfishing me. It'd be like so convoluted. It'd be like, today was the ice cream man. I don't quite understand. I don't get why the ice cream man was delivering at 7 a.m, but.
it's like that like that.
Sunday too.
Would you take $1 million if a snail tried to track you down all over the world and kill you? Have you ever heard of that?
Oh no.
No. Oh well, I was just saying Chris would be the snail coming for Pat.
Coming for Pat.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's hilarious. Pat, how's your week going? How was your week? It's a tough week with close of the month, buddy. I understand.
Yeah, there's a board meeting next week too, so it's been a long week.
Oh yeah, a little tired.
Yeah, lots to do still.
Yeah, I get it. That's all right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to us whine and bitch.
It's the weekend, baby. Time
yes.
to have fun.
Okay, let's go over real thoughts on Pearl Jam. What did we think last week at Wrigley? The boys here enjoying some of the hits.
Is that only a week ago?
It was,
Yeah, it was
right?
last Saturday, baby.
Doesn't that feel crazy?
Feels like a long time ago than that.
When he played the hits, it felt really good. But it was like a huge sing along. And then when he wasn't playing the hits, it felt like no one in there knew.
There were some people that knew like all the songs, and then there was other people who are just like, me and Joe in particular were just.
Well, but I'm thinking, okay, go ahead, Pat. You
You got it's like anything. You got like casual fans, and you got fans that know like every single song you've ever written. So it's some people knew all the songs, and some people like us who probably knew like the hits, and then they were like kind of waiting around for the rest to come through.
I 100% agree to that, but I feel like, let's say like Luke Bryan, and I know he's got a lot of hits, or let's say Morgan Wallen, or even if you're just more of a casual fan, I think you've got some of his deeper cuts. You can still like a lot of the casual fans can still the vibes there. I felt like on Saturday, even if you were more than a casual fan, some of those deep cuts there wasn't as much energy on some of the non-hit. When the hits were there though, dude, it was. I mean, that was some of the best vibes of a concert I think I've ever been to. But it was like the highs of the highs, and then the lows of the lows were kind of like extreme at that concert.
I think it was the vibe of the concert overall. Like, I only knew one song. I'm going to say that flat out right now for anyone who's watching.
What song was that, Joe?
Probably Even Flow.
The one that we were walking up. Yeah, maybe. I don't know if that's it. But I was like, you'll hear it on the radio. And we were walking up the stairs with beers. And I was like, oh, I do know this one. This is the only one I know. But that entire I read 2 articles on the Pearl Jam concert. It like popped up on my phone.
Oh,
and I was
nice.
like, let me read these. Very, very positive things to say about that concert. The 2 articles I read, people loved it.
Okay.
People loved it. They thought it was the best thing ever. I wanted to shoot my brains out. and it has less to do with the lack of songs and more to do with the energy that crowd had. And I'm not saying maybe that's the vibe.
Yeah,
of
I think that's kind of the vibe of
Pearl Jam, but it was like there was 2 or 3 songs that really got people going, and then the rest it was. Just, I mean, you didn't even get people swaying. Like a strong gust would come, and crops would move more than the number of people that moved at this concert. You know what I mean? Like that was just the energy.
That's fair.
Of the concert, and I think that's the style of that music. And I think that doesn't necessarily agree with us.
Yeah, you know what? I think, and honestly, that's what I think it is.
It's also an older crowd too.
Yeah.
I mean, there was kids in front of us that were like 18.
Yeah, but
overall,
overall,
the
majority
was
majority
definitely.
is probably like
I would go
mid-50s at this point.
I would go probably 80% to.
We're 40 plus, probably.
And here's the other thing. I think you're right, Joe. I think we go for we want like energy. We want it like that's and you know what? I think that's where we came in when the jams are good. That's the energy we got, and we love that.
Yep.
But some people love that like kind of like rock, like that, like or that whatever they call dude. Because it's not-
Grunge music.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where it's just really good. Then the other thing is, like, they're such good musicians that a lot of people really, really appreciate that. Where
they
I don't know if I appreciate that as much as.
They sounded just like the song.
Oh yeah.
Like the one that I knew. I mean, it really was. One of the articles I read, funny enough, was saying these guys are 20, 30 plus years older than when the songs came out. And they're like, they got to come out with new stuff because they're singing this, but they're not going to be able to keep this range till they're in their 60s. And I'm thinking, like, that's a weird. It's an interesting point.
He is 60.
But it's like, look at
Yeah.
the Rolling Stones. Look at,
Yeah.
I mean, and it's not. I don't think these guys are hardcore druggies as far as I know. Nor
Pat would
like
probably. He likes to
big-
drink, but
But they also don't. They also don't, like, you know.
They don't- I don't
if
think
you
they
notice, like, these
tour a
guys,
lot
when,
either.
You know, they're like a lot of bands. Like when
That's
they're
true,
when they're
Joe.
younger, they tour. You know, you're playing. When they go on tour, they're playing 4 or 5 shows a night, a week. Just
Yeah.
now they're like, these kind of like as you get older, they're playing like 3 shows. They're going on tour for 2 months and they're playing like 1 or 2 shows a week at most. So they're slowing the pace down as you get older.
Okay. One of the photos that they used in the article was the picture that he took with Walter Payton's son.
yeah.
I swear to God, I wish I could pull it up. The photos that got taken of them in front of that crowd, if I didn't see this happen in real life, I would have thought this photo was photoshopped.
Oh, yeah.
The way Walter Payton's son looked and the way the musician, the lead singer looked.
Eddie Vedder.
Yeah, it looked so jarring. I was like,
Like cartoonish almost.
it looked like clip art. Like you
Yeah.
were just like, and then he was in there. It was wild.
The rest of the night, I mean, South State Revival was tremendous.
That was fun.
Minus the idiot who.
The ride over was amazing.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that was great.
Good Lord.
jeez. That top. Pat had getting the limousine from T-Box will be the best
Oh, that was
ride ever.
Yes.
But that came in top. That came in top 2. Like that was.
I saw that thing and I was like, I literally said, I don't know who I turned to,
Yeah.
but I was like, should I try and pull a Pat Lynch? Like that was the
Yeah.
whole reason
Yeah, you told it to me.
for that. Was that you?
Yeah.
Okay, should I pull a you? And then that's
Maybe you should use a third person.
So we got a huge, ladies and gentlemen, we got a huge bus so after Pearl Jam. There's just always around Wrigley. I'm sure a lot of stadiums.
look at that photo.
Oh yeah, that's insane. Look
It
how many
looks-
people there are.
It looks so.
Oh no,
so
you're right.
fake.
It does. It does look
Like,
super
look
fake.
at that photo.
It looks like it's like they're.
Like AI generated, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the photo. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll put that up and Joe send that to me or I'll look it up and I'll put that so you guys can see what we're looking at. But so around Wrigley they just have or around stadiums they have like these people trying to give you rides that are not creepy and not offering candy, but
they
they're
are.
vans. And if for I think it was $50 or $100.
60 bucks.
It was 50.
$50.
It was $60.
No, it was 50.
I paid for it. It was $60.
Did you really? Oh yeah, you did. Oh, it was 60.
He said 50, so you got ripped off by $10.
Someone told
Oh
me.
no, I think Joe told. Yes, this is funny. Joe told Pat we gave him $10 tip.
I did not mean to do that. Pat was asking how much. Well, okay. I'm not saying this is Pat's fault, but Pat loves to do this thing where there's a fucking crowd of people talking and he has to immediately find out how much is owed and get it like settled because he can't wait till we get to a bar in a quiet place. So we're all jumping in the car. We realize you can play a music video. So everybody's talking about Lips of an Angel, and I just throw out, I was like 60 instead of 50. I got into the car. Guy says, I'll do it for 50. Turn around 50. Did it go to everyone? Great. Get in.
Yeah,
Lips of an
I do
Angel.
remember that now.
How much? 60, I think. Yeah. And then by then he was already sending it, and I was like, fuck. I definitely
Yeah,
fucked
yeah.
that
So
up.
you got
But I
ripped off.
think
You got
I-
ripped off, pal.
I think I gave you 20, Pat, and if I didn't, let me know. I'll get you because I think we paid. It was off 6 guys, so I think we had.
I still got to send you the money for that and the ticket.
But yeah, so we get in there and we put and the best part of that, even Lips of an Angel is an amazing song. The best part was Katrina. No, don't play that song. And immediately it went on.
It was like the second you said no, you're
Oh,
like, well,
couldn't get it out fast enough.
now it's going to happen.
I'm not sure why she hates that song so much.
Everybody hates. All the ladies hate it.
lady,
Listen.
Oh, I can see. Okay,
Hey.
I can see why ladies wouldn't like it. Yeah.
Greatest rock song of all time. That song fucks.
Yeah.
It does.
That lady. That was a lady.
Yeah,
Who was a lady.
yeah.
Who was a lady who was singing that one.
Yep.
That time.
she knows what's up, baby. South State Revival was great. Lottie's for one was really fun to be in there. Then I think I said this on Saturday or Sunday, Pat. A wedding party came to Lottie's. It had to have been 35, 40 people. Like we went from having room to dance to like, okay, I'm just
That was
going home.
grand.
I don't know if I'd go there for a wedding. It's a lot of people to get to a bar like that.
Yeah, especially
yeah.
that,
Need someone with
that
more
size.
space.
You also got to pray that it's not.
I mean, they just got lucky that they could get in there.
Yeah, 100%. All right.
The other thing.
I got a couple great things here for you, boys. I'm going to start with it's funny to me. It's probably maybe not be funny as funny to you guys, but okay. So yesterday, Lauren and I are going downtown to the Loop to see Kimpton Gray, where we're gonna have the hotel.
Oh, okay.
And so you're going downtown. You gotta pay for parking, or you gotta take the blue line. Yada yada yada. We decide to find Park Hero.
Oh, okay. Spot Hero.
Spot Hero. I always call Park Hero. I'm an idiot. She gets this spot for $17. Great. And we thought it was going to be just a park, park your car and go and walk and whatever, open space. That's what it says, open space. It says nothing about a valet. But when we get closer, I'm reading it, and it's like, you have to take this to the valet, show it to them. They'll tell you what, blah, blah, blah. So I go up. So we get to this the restaurant that's doing the valet, but just supposed to be showing us where to park. Mm-hmm. I go up there. I'm like, yo, buddy. And it literally says instructions. Show the valet your Spot Hero reservation, and he'll tell you what to do. Come up, and he's like, no, you go down there. And he's just like, no, you just go down that way. And I'm like, no chance. Because I'm like, you're downtown. There's no way I'm going to find this without him. Yeah. Literally, I need to know exactly. I'm like, no. Like, it says
what
here.
Am I looking for? Yeah.
It says, but so he doesn't speak English. I don't speak Spanish.
Oh, okay.
He just knows, go. And I'm like, no, champ. And so it's kind of like a stare off.
Yeah.
He's looking at me. I'm looking at him. He's like, okay, I valet, but restaurant closes at 10. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, not 11, 10. I'm like, because on the ticket it says I have from 7:30 to 11. Okay. I'm like, all right, bro. Like, it's 7 o'clock or 7:30 on the dot.
Yep.
We're not gonna be having dinner for 4 hours. No problem. I'm like, yeah. He's like, and he literally said it 4 times. 10 o'clock. 10. I'm like, I get it. Thank you so much.
Yes.
I'm like, so Lauren.
I would have done 11.
So Lauren and me, she's like, we're like not yelling at each other, but like the language barrier gets louder and louder and louder.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're yelling at each other. Lauren's tucking in the car like, oh my God.
Yeah.
This dude's gonna kill Peter. He's not. There's definitely no way. But so Lauren gets out. We hand him the keys. We go up, and of course, Peter's leading the direction, so we go the wrong way. We go up the wrong way. So I'm like, hey, Lauren, I'm sorry. We got to go. And we have a half an hour before our reservation. So we're not rushing. We're just actually enjoying the night. It's beautiful out. Kind of checking everything out.
Strolling along.
Yeah. So we walk back. The valet guy is still sitting in our car in front of the restaurant. And I'm like, oh,
nice.
Try to figure it out. Okay, hey, buddy, take your time. No rush. Doesn't seem like it's that busy. No big deal. Walk over, check out the hotel. It's beautiful. It's going to be great for our wedding. We're super happy. There's 3 different bars. There's a rooftop, a cocktail, and then a dinner spot. We go to dinner. Guy, I felt so bad. It's a Loop restaurant with one server who's doing bartending, and this poor guy. It wasn't overly busy. Here's the kicker. Their pay system went down.
Oh, nice.
For an hour. Ugh. There was a couple ready to leave. He was checking them out, and it kicked. It was insane.
Poor guy.
I guess they're just free. Here's your tip. I'm out of the way.
I was going to say, most times the POS has like an offline system, and I'm guessing he probably didn't know that because he's new. Or like, isn't that...
Couldn't do it. Couldn't put it to the hotel rooms. Couldn't do anything.
Wow. He
just kept bringing them alcohol. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
here's
some move, dude.
Yeah, nice.
Not a bad move.
By the time, so me and Lauren got done, and we had to wait 15 minutes. So these people were. I felt bad for everybody, but this gave me a little bit of like humanity. Like these people were so understanding. Like, hey, we like.
That's very good. That's very nice to hear.
Dude, because I was getting nervous. Mm-hmm. They were like, you do not have to worry about us.
Not
we understand.
A care in the world.
Please, just don't be sweating about this.
He was like, I got to be at car at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, actually,
dude's still sitting outside with my car. It's almost 11. I gotta go.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Pat. I was starting to get because we wanted to check out some of the bars for after, like after our wedding. Like, are there gonna be some good spots here? So we go up to the rooftop, have a nice cocktail. There's actually a group for a wedding that was going on tonight that they were having drinks and stuff. 9:45, we start heading back. Just so we're early. We want to give him more than enough time. I don't want any issues.
Yep.
No shitting you. The car is exactly where Lauren parked it. Didn't move it at all. Did nothing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, just left it there.
Dude runs out, and I'm like, Lauren's like, I was walking over. I was like, Lauren, do we tip him? I'm like, there's no fucking chance we're tipping this dude. We didn't want a valet. and this guy didn't move his car at all. He just left it here for the last 2 hours. So he doesn't. So he goes and he's like opening the door for Lauren, and he sees me just get in and close the door, and I'm like, thanks, buddy. And I'm not trying to be a dick, but I wasn't paying for that service. You didn't do any service, so you're not getting a tip from me.
It's also a weird situation that it's a Spot Hero. You paid for Spot Hero. It just happens to be through this valet service, which almost sounds like this guy didn't quite understand.
I don't think we just couldn't communicate.
Yeah.
So, and he didn't want to deal with me. So he's just like, hey, just park it.
Yeah.
And had Lauren gotten any issues, I would have been super pissed. So the kicker, where the funniness comes in. Chris and I are known to be hard candy fanatics.
No, don't tell me he stole all your hard candy.
At dinner, Lauren's burger, she cut me off like a little bit of this. It was a lot of raw onions. So I'm tasting these raw onions. And I'm like, literally, I'm doing this. I'm trying to figure out my pockets. I'm like, damn, man. And Lauren's like, what are you doing? What are you looking for? Because I drove home. It was her car. Because our car, Chris, shakes way too much. Yeah, it shakes way too much. So she drove. So I brought a couple of mints with me. And you know how I did with the keys or the SD cards? I left them on the seat on accident when I got out of the car.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Lauren nicely is like, oh, he's going to want these later. Puts them in the cup holder.
And the guy took them.
Took all of them.
Oh, nice.
Lauren's like, look, I'm looking. She's like, oh, they're in the cup holder. She starts lifting it. She's like, no way.
They're not there.
No way. She's like, no, he didn't.
Dude, you're sucking on your candies. That's why he's sitting in the car so goddamn long.
Motherfucker stole from us.
And then he even... Oh.
How insane is that?
I guess you got a tip after all.
So silly.
He totally went through all Lauren's shit for sure looking for something. And he got a couple breath mints.
That guy just was wearing a red vest. He wasn't even valet.
Yeah. Oh, he didn't get tipped, so fuck him.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Dude, I was so mad.
That's unreal.
So Lauren has
That
this,
really is, like you said, it's a lot like Home Alone. He gave
Yes.
him candy the first time. That was his tip. Yeah.
You're probably gonna park a ticket in
That's
6 months.
hilarious.
And there's
sure.
plenty more where that came from.
Yup.
Lauren has a theory that I'm a little bit like the Curb Your Enthusiasm. I forget the guy. I'm
Larry
sorry.
David.
Larry David.
Larry
Sorry,
David.
yeah. From Curb Your
She's just
Enthusiasm.
calling you a curmudgeon-y old man, basically.
No, she thinks that I don't have a filter with friends, not with other people, but with friends. And because that's how Larry.
There's no need to have one. With
Yeah,
friends.
well, like you just say things you probably shouldn't say, and Larry David does. That's like the whole premise of the show. And Lauren's like, she's like, this is an absolute Curb like episode.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Larry David would turn the car around.
Yeah.
And then where are my mints?
Ate my mints.
I need those mints, baby.
God, that's incredible.
How insane is the world we live in, boys? And listen, you're right. Mints are not the end of the world, but I was
Peter
tasting.
was plenty pissed.
That's
Oh.
great.
All right, boys. Let's get into a little bit of the 5-on-5.
Oh, the 5 after
the
5.
5 after 5. All right. This one actually caught me by surprise. What do you think the drunkest city in Illinois is?
Drunkest city?
And the city that drinks the most. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Carbondale.
Patrick.
That was gonna be my guess. Come back to me.
Okay. Joseph.
Oh, Naperville.
I guess I'll go Champagne.
What do we got from Johnny?
Good guess.
I guess I should. Oh,
I was going to Carbondale, Chris. SIU.
Yeah.
I
I
guess
was going college town too.
exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm an idiot because that's you guys all went. Well, Joe went Naperville, which is a pretty drinky city.
I also assumed by context it wasn't going to be Chicago.
Good call. When I saw it, I was like, oh, how's it not Chicago?
I'm kind of surprised. It's probably like a per square inch kind or like whatever measurement, like a density population thing, as opposed to just sheer numbers.
I probably should have dove into a little bit more, but yeah.
No, but that makes sense. I imagine a lot of it is Urbana out there. All the
Oh, yeah, well,
young
U of I,
college kids.
U of I, big party school.
I overheard our aunt talking to our uncle about our old intern, Chris, and his mom dropped him off the day after a huge party at their frat, and her mom's just like it looked like from a movie, just the house is destroyed, and she looked at her son and was like, "Is it always like this?" And he's like, "Oh no, like, it's just a party yesterday. We'll clean this." And yeah, no, that's he's gonna live in a shithole for the rest of the year.
In squalor.
Yeah, he's just gonna, and he's gonna love every second of it.
Frank's floor it was like so sticky after the one party, like you literally couldn't like literally walk on the floor. It was so sticky with so much beer, and shit spilled on it.
Who and they clean that, right? There's
Yeah,
no,
and
they
I
don't
came
have
back, like, but I came back like 2 months later, and it was exactly the same. So I just don't think they bother cleaning that floor.
Well, yeah, dude. I remember when me and Chris went to Western to see a buddy out there, Western Illinois, like university, and the houses there that these kids stayed in were just
shitholes.
Oh yeah.
disgusting. And I was 22 years old, didn't give a shit where I was, but you were like, how do
Homeless people live better than
Yeah,
this.
like they've never done anything to these houses. All right, this is actually kind of crazy one. One of the chief aides for the New York governor was arrested because she's a Chinese spy,
Oh, nice.
Whoa.
and she was pushing pro Beijing policy, and she was using that to try. She was trying to do New York and then kind of push it up.
Interesting.
And do you know how they caught her? As an aide, you only get a certain amount of salary. This woman had a vacation home in Hawaii,
Oh my God.
an insane house in New York,
This sounds like a terrible spy.
California vacation rental.
Very incognito.
This is nothing like I saw on all the TV shows. Like, what is the show called? The Americans? Was that the big one where it was 2 Russian spies?
I think so. I never watched it though.
I can't believe a spy had that many houses. What the fuck kind of spy is that?
A dumb
The
one.
Chinese government were treating her real well. She must have been doing some good work.
Did you hear about in the same vein, the Russian I don't know, right wing were like sponsoring guys like Timcast.
Oh,
to
yes. Yeah,
push,
Tim Pool.
like, to pull this like Russian agenda shit.
Yes.
that he didn't even know he was.
They were taking money. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is insane. So, a couple of a little bit more right-leaning podcast, Twitter accounts, things like that. Not that they were taking Russian money, but there were fake companies that were Russian-run
To sponsor them so
Yes.
that they could keep pushing the messages
that, like,
they were already pushing, but they were just giving him the money because it benefited Russia.
Yes, like
One,
bigger.
I
Yes,
I saw a clip of, I don't know who is it Timcast, Tim Pool? or
it's
something
Tim
like that?
Pool, but I think his thing is Timcast.
Okay, that's yeah.
China's so great, man. China's
He
so
was-
great.
like
Well, this is Russia, buddy.
the clip they referenced when I heard about this was him saying that you shouldn't endorse Ukraine, and that it was some really just like really mean shit. Am I too low? It was
just
some
talking
really
over the
mean
mic.
shit, and it was just like, by the way, he wasn't paid to say that. They just happened to pay him because he said it. And I was like, wow, that shit crazy.
And they talk about how there's no like election interference. Like, come on now. It's on both sides too. It's not just because China likes to play. They're trying to do the.
There's election interference.
Ah, man, this one's
But
weird,
it's
too.
not like at the polls. I feel like everybody's saying they're trying to persuade you before you get there.
Yeah, they're trying to dictate or they're trying to dictate the media, like what is it? The news.
Yeah,
Like,
the news and your thoughts, and by making these certain voices louder.
yes, but here's
I just want to make it very clear that we're not saying that the elections are fraudulent.
Oh,
and
no.
that Trump won. Just because when you say that, I know what you're saying, but they may not.
yes. Oh, and I mean, there's.
Or I
but
don't wanna
the
speak for
United
you,
States does the same thing. Is we get into the media and we try to push a certain agenda because we want a certain group to win. And all countries do that.
What's the term for the media? The fourth house or something like that?
Yeah, something.
Fourth
weird.
wall.
The fourth wall.
Yeah, the fourth wall.
No, yeah, there was I mean, Trump and Harris have their first debate next week.
Somebody was telling me, I mean, may have been Michael, for all I know, that Trump was thinking about no showing this thing. Somebody was mentioning
I
it
don't
to me.
feel like that would play well.
She is. She doesn't. I think you're right. I think he needs to be there. I think he just goes there, and if he could he can't do this. But if he's on his best behavior, Harris will run into a wall because she's not a very great on her toes type of person. So I think she could get if she gets off message, it's not. And she cackles or she says something weird, which she's known to do.
Yeah.
Not saying she's not a. whatever. It's just this is not her strong point.
What is it that they're afraid? Like, why are they pushing Trump not to do this? What's the reasoning there?
Because he's gonna just start screaming in the microphone, going stupid.
Yeah, what do you think, Pat?
But
Also, he comes off he comes off as attacking too much, as like for things that are not really relevant,
Like how his golf game's better than the other guy's golf game.
and so like that gives a bad look when people are talking about want to hear about issues and talk to that, and he's just like, she's is she Asian or is she black, or something like that.
So he doesn't come off presidential, and people are tired of. They don't want to go back to that. Like they want someone who's going to come in and solve problems, get this country back on track. In their opinion, I'm not saying whatever you think about where the country's at.
is it just that Joe Biden is not good at
Joe Biden's got old.
because I mean
that's as simple as
That's
you
why he
can
got
put it.
elected the first time, because he was presidential.
so it was just that Joe Biden was no good at like giving retorts or anything because he's an old man, and now the thought is like Kamala could come back faster. Like,
Well, I
I'm
honestly,
just wondering why it-
what really happened with Joe, and not to cut you off, Joe.
Yeah.
What really happened with Joe is people. This should we already knew this. He when he did the address to the American people, when he got confused a little bit by the Republican Party, he was lost for a second, but then he got back on track.
Yeah.
He's just old, and everybody kind of started to see it, but they hid him very well. And then when you put him in the debate, and Trump goes, I don't know what he said, and I don't think he even knows what he said. It was very, very clear to people that he is too old. He's got some type of issues. He should not. It's not that he could. He literally, the media would ask him a two-part question. He could never remember the second part.
But I mean, the way Trump attacks is, I feel like, what made him so good in the first election. Then he lost his re-election, but then now it seemed to be working for him. Is it just because it was Joe? Like it was the perfect attack or the perfect plan for Joe, and now he's got to do something different.
Absolutely,
because
you can you could say, hey, you don't want this guy. Well, look at this guy. You don't want this, and it's right. And then Joe, like Trump would love to go. He would love to go race. He would love to go religion. He would love to do all this against her, but that it's not going to, and like sexism, I'm sure he would love to use all those playbooks. And that's what they're scared of. He's going to say something really stupid.
Say something like that, and then Kamala's just going to be like, excuse me? Just say, hold up, wait, and then just like, or pause. Everybody here just hear that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
The other thing is, I think they were the Republican parties were really, 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 really sure that Biden was going to go all the way.
Yeah.
So they come up with this J.D. Vance. He's a clown of a person.
Man, don't diss the dude, man.
Yes, that's true.
It's like a walking teddy bear. That's what he looks like to me.
I saw
big teddy bear.
And with the 5-on-5, we have the sad school shooting in Georgia, and he made a comment that we just have to, school shootings are a common thing, or like it's just a thing of life now.
Yeah.
And the comment was like, well, you're doing your speeches behind bulletproof vests now. Like, could we not? Maybe this doesn't have to be. The other thing is, this was on the 5-on-5. The father is being charged with and could get the exact same.
Yeah, they arrested him. He was arraigned.
Yeah, he was arraigned. His sentencing could give him 120 years in prison for what his son did.
Yeah, they charged another person, a parent, for the first time. Well,
Michigan,
there's some interesting stuff about this. I mean, okay, listen, to make it very clear, it's awful what happened.
Oh yeah,
and so I just want to make that clear, because the way I'm going to approach this other stuff is just like very factual.
It's already out of the media. That's how numb we are to this stuff. It's crazy.
Like a lot of stuff. Like this is like a lot of people will say, well, if only they knew.
They knew. Yeah.
This one sounds like they did know.
Yeah.
Like the FBI investigated, police investigated. The father said, like, hey, there's no guns available. Like, it just seemed like
and then he brought
everyone failed. And so clearly the father's head is going to roll in this situation. I hope you just keep that same judgment towards whatever entities investigated this and failed, if that's the case. That's all I'm saying.
That's
like,
true.
If you're going to hold the father to this level, other parties are responsible as well, because there was multiple investigations on this kid beforehand. And so it's just like a crazy thing because this is like the one situation where they go, if only they knew, and now you're like, well, they did, and it still didn't stop anything. So
It's crazy.
Got to change something, man. I don't know what it is, but I'm too stupid. But
Yeah, that's what I keep thinking. Like, I don't know.
It's not
my-
working, and it's broke. It's time to fix it somehow.
I think a little bit. I think there's a lot of mental health issues that we need to address.
Yeah.
But I don't know how you do that either, and I don't know how you
Yeah.
figure that out. And I think kids are a little bit. It's just they're a little different these days.
They grew up with different stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, they have phones their entire life.
Yeah,
They
I don't know
have
if that has anything to do with it, but
access
yeah, it's just you're right.
Well, like
Oh,
it
I see what you're
gives them
saying. Yes,
access
too
to,
much
like,
access. Yeah, maybe.
community. Like everybody now can look and find whatever they want.
You need to get your ass on. You need to get your ass outside on a bike.
You gotta go burn
dude.
some energy, baby.
Yeah.
It's even like entrepreneurs say, be around other entrepreneurs because it pushes you in the
Yeah.
direction. So it just depends on who you're connecting with and what rabbit hole that leads
Yeah.
you to.
I mean, there was never like we're so numb to like getting just like made fun of, and not in like a bad. But you just busted as kids. You just busted each other's balls.
busted
I know
balls,
it's
yeah.
different now, and I'm not saying that's the right way either. But the reason we were never like, even if anybody said anything to you, you just like, all right, that's. And then you tried to come back, and if you didn't, you got laughed at harder. You just waited to the time that you were not getting laughed at, so you could laugh at the next guy.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Kept your head down and tried to not get in the middle of it. But then again, I was also blessed enough to. I just had. Here's the thing I think about. Like I had brothers who not necessarily would. We weren't in the same class. We weren't going to fight for each other or whatever. But we were friends, which made it easier for us to meet other friends. And like his friends, my friends, and then like you just start to create a group. Like if you're an only child and you have a hard time making friends,
Like somebody we know at this table.
it just makes it a little bit more difficult. Which whatever it is, we're never going to solve that problem. To make it a little lighter note, there's a new hero in the Olympic Games. Also, there's two things from the Olympics. I want to.
Wait, a new hero in the
Yeah,
Didn't
there
the
was
Olympics
a
end,
well
like,
because the guy, you know, like who's the European who could just shoot without
gun
any-
guy?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
he was.
Turkey, yeah.
Wasn't he like he was kind of one of the heroes?
Oh, he was definitely.
So was
a
Flavor Flav.
spectacle.
Flavor. Oh yeah, definitely.
And
Chris.
Snoop Dogg.
And Snoop Dogg.
Well,
Well,
paid to be there. So.
yeah,
People loved talking about Snoop Dogg. doing
that's
that.
true. But I don't know if he was. I mean, Flavor Flav, like he was doing great things. Like Snoop Dogg was just walking around getting paid to look cool. But I get what you're saying. Whatever. There's a, and this is from the Paralympics. There was a
Oh, okay. That's okay.
an archer with no arms, absolutely killing it.
Wow.
They bounced it over her feet and then she.
Oh, no.
Oh no, he
pulls
bounced it
his
with his
hand,
pulls it with his jaw. He was adopted from a family from Wisconsin who loved hunting, and they're like, hey, we don't care that you got no arms. You're gonna figure this out. We're going out hunting, baby. And this man, I think it's out of 150. I could be absolutely wrong, but this man has to be. But out of 150, he got 149 points.
Damn.
How insane is that?
Badass.
I'm sorry. How many points out of 150 he got?
149.
Whoa.
Dude
that's
was just bam,
incredible.
bam.
I just love the image. I'm laughing so fucking hard at that. I'm trying not to like scream into the mic, but I just love the image of this couple that adopts this kid with no arms, and they're like,
Listen, Debbie, we're going out
You
with
are
you."
gonna learn to use the bow. It doesn't matter what the fuck happens. You're gonna use. You know
That's
Here's-
great parenting.
This the woods. Here's a bow and arrow, and that's
Survive.
and that's a 50-pound. That's a 500-pound black bear coming at you.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Yup, exactly. That's exactly what I'm picturing. That's incredible.
John Jacob got a bear this week with a bow and arrow too.
Holy shit!
I won't be eating that, but good for him, and I'm happy that he's enjoying out in Wisconsin and in the
That's
woods.
impressive, man. That is impressive.
The other thing from the Olympics, the Paris or the Eiffel Tower has the rings on it from the, and the mayor of Paris would like to keep it there because she thinks it's a symbol of like I guess France hated Paris for a while. Now they all love Paris again. Everybody loves Paris, and it's like this symbolizes the great that the Olympics did for Paris.
Yeah.
The family of the architect who created the Eiffel Tower is like, not here. We don't want that. And I thought that was interesting. It's a historic relic. Do you want to do that? Not. Do you not want to do it? I mean, it is what it is.
How?
I would leave it up to. It's tough. I mean, it's a historic thing. You want to keep it that way, but also it's like, shouldn't we grow with the times? And it also does look a little weird. Like it's a beautifully old monument, and now you got these weird, colorful rings.
I was there. I saw it. It's a glorified radio tower. Okay.
Let them know, Joe.
Listen, I
Preach.
said this when I went there when I was fucking 20-something and uncultured, and I'm 30-something and I'm still uncultured.
And he's letting them know.
It's a glorified radio tower. Now, when they light it up at night, does it look beautiful? Yes, 100%. They sparkle it. They, whatever. Also, this family is like 3 generations removed or 2 generations removed at this point from the inventor of this thing. Shut the fuck up, family.
Get him,
Shut
Joe.
the fuck-
Get him.
What's the? What, they probably don't even have the same last name at this point
I love it, Joe.
as the inventor or the architect of the Eiffel Tower. It's a. I'm kind of with you. Here's my. I'm about leaving the rings up. I think it's kind of a cool thing. You had this historic event. This just kind of gets added to it in that regard.
I don't mind if it's right in front. I can understand for if you don't want them on, have it as a moment and then say, hey, these are the rings from the 20 right in front, that's say.
Oh, kind of on the ground or something.
Yeah.
That could be cool.
Right next to it,
You
right
put them
by
right
it.
on the top, baby.
Yeah, just
Right at the point,
have
yeah.
it sit at the top like a Christmas tree.
Exactly.
Just somehow get that structured up there.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is my favorite time of the year. Go ahead, Joe.
I just want to say I have not seen what these rings look like, and I have a lot of authoritative thoughts or very definitive thoughts. I have no idea. This
Very
could look
controversial thoughts.
hideous.
I mean, it's just think about
no
the Olympic
clue.
rings on top of the.
I'm trying to do the Stephen A. Smith thing.
Oh,
Come
yes,
in
kinda-
with some hard points,
and then back out.
and then just walk away. Walk away.
All right, as we get ready for Chris's Tittle Bitties, I'm going to give
Yes.
you this so you can take a look for your lock of the week.
Oh, I got
Oh,
it.
you got it?
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, I think that's very nice. I don't think that would affect anything. I think that actually
Yeah,
looks
that
really
does look
cool.
kind of cool with the. All right,
Yeah.
Chris, if we had, I will have the
Oh,
is that
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Something like that. It's
All
close
right.
to it.
Close enough. All right, Chris, you got some Tittle Bitties for us?
Wait,
I got
before Chris goes into the Tigo Biddies, can I ask 2 questions?
Hit me.
And this
one.
is for all of you.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to read, it's
No,
but
go for it.
I'm just curious how you guys have done so far in fantasy and your pick'ems.
I lost my quarterback
Both
for the next
pretty
4
shitty.
weeks, 5 weeks.
My only picks both were wrong.
Bad 500.
I have,
We're 500.
oh,
so.
it says I have 1 correct pick.
Who'd you get?
Eagles.
It wasn't the Chiefs.
Oh, you got the Eagles, huh?
Yeah, it's the Eagles. I read this stupid fucking stat that said the Chiefs have won the last 3 of their first season games, and they're probably gonna lose this one. And I was like, okay,
Nice.
that was how I made that decision.
How would you
funny.
go against Taylor Swift, Joe?
Yeah. That's your girl.
Well, they're breaking up apparently.
I did hear that, but that's also I heard is fake.
Yeah,
She was at the game. Looking
was.
mad at
but away from Pat Mahomes' wife, 'cause
Brittany.
she supports Trump.
Oh boy. All right,
Drama.
ladies and gentlemen,
yeah,
Chris,
we
get
gotta
us
pick
into the NFL season week 1 Tittle Bitty.
All right. The first one is
Make them quick.
in the past 25 seasons, teams laying over a touchdown, at least 7.5 points in week 1 are 20 wins, 36 losses against the spread. And that is the Patriots versus the Bengals, and the Bengals are 8.5 point favorites.
Okay, so you choose the Patriots on that.
You take the Patriots to cover the 8.5 points.
So Chris Tittle Bitties for dummies is the Bengals are getting too much points historically. Take the Patriots.
take the Patriots, to cover at least 8.5.
Cool. Next.
Number 2 is for Peter McGraw here.
Ooh, baby, don't tease me.
Quarterbacks drafted number 1 overall
Oh, thank you.
are 0-14-1 outright and 1-14 against the spread in their first career starts since 2003. The Bears are 3.5 point favorites over the Titans on Sunday.
Wow.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that means take the Titans. Or take the points. You don't have to take
Yeah,
the Titans. Take
exactly.
the points. Take the points, baby.
I took the Titans.
So did
Don't
I.
know what that means.
Nope.
Yeah, they're
That means
going
we're
to
lose.
lose.
Damn it, Pat's going to win that one. Number 3, Chris.
I'm taking a quick look here.
Do you got anything else you want to add in there? Pat, how you feeling about this week?
It's tough. You know, you're trying to be big enough last year, and a lot of teams have changed, so it's
Yeah,
hard to
these
choose.
week 1 ones kind of blow
because
because
you have no idea what
you're,
people are gonna do.
a lot of them are just basically saying, here you go, Peter. The last one is the Browns were 7-0 against the spread as home favorites last season. They are 2.5 point favorites over the Cowboys on Sunday.
So the Browns are 2.5 or
2.5 point favorites at home against Dallas. And they say that the Browns were 7-0 against against the spread as home favorites last season.
Wow.
I think you take the Cowboys in that one.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so we're taking the Cowboys, we're taking we're taking Titans in the points, and we're taking the Patriots in the points.
Yep.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Ladies and gentlemen, Joseph, Chris, give me in this one, baby.
Joe, give us that Josie lock of the century of the week.
Oh, that felt good.
I'm picking your Miami Dolphins to beat the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, baby, that's a bold one. That's
like
those are both two teams that are I feel like they got to make some moves this year. Miami especially. If Miami doesn't do it, it's probably not looking good for a while.
They just gave the coach an extension.
Okay, then I like the coach. I just don't know if I like Tua and I think Tariq's getting old. You're not gonna. I don't know that you pay him, but I could be wrong.
Did they give Tua a contract extension?
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
He got a big one.
How many seasons is it Tyreek Hill? Is that
Yeah.
guy's name? How many seasons has he been in football?
It's got to been quite a bit, huh?
It's like 9, maybe 8 or 9.
So how many? What's his extension? How long's he got?
He had a 4 or 5 year deal.
Yeah.
Oh God, that's gonna hurt. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna skip the feel good stories on this one. We're gonna end with the beautiful. Yeah, we got to meet Mike at.
Some of us have to meet Mike.
Yeah, some of us got to meet Mike. Some of us forgot that we were doing some. I got moved into some things, and he's gonna be there at 8:11. If I'm not there at 8:11, I could be yelled at worse than Lauren yells at me.
I mean, he's got 10
that
minutes.
time.
He ain't getting there by 8:11, folks.
Is this worse than a eggs scramby
Scramby
situation?
Yeah,
situation.
it's
could
worse.
be. It could be a lot worse.
We gotta go, guys. We gotta go. Fucking hit the nos, baby.
I love Lauren. Lauren talks about the Scrambies. She hates that we comment on the Scrambies. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us on the four most boring white dudes doing a podcast. Do us a favor, hit that like, subscribe, email Pat Lynch, tell him how beautiful he looks and how majestic his beautiful hat looks these days. And good luck if you're betting. Don't bet more than you can lose. Enjoy the rest of the week, and we'll see you next week.
Pat, it was such a pleasure having you on this podcast this week. Bye.